Alrighty, what is good, gang? So called a clean 100 pip move, nothing crazy. You go on we're on the 15-minute chart right now. You see we executed one, two, three. This is the fourth trade, almost identical to all the others we've kind of executed on. Pretty much the same ideas while we've been trading within this zone. So nothing out of the normal since we've been doing, and nothing really too complicated that we've kind of seen here. So I think going into tomorrow, what we're going to look for here really is if price is going to break back above, right, and then form some sort of support right in this general area. I think this is the next phase, right? So kind of looking for price to kind of pull up, form this support in this general area, and then really target the breakout to our next zone, right? I think that makes the most sense to the bottom side. And then kind of the same exact idea, same principle to the overall top side. So looking for price to kind of pull up, break, and hold this level right here to kind of again go up to that overall continuation up. I think we're probably a couple days ahead of pace. I think some of the outside influence news is lagging a little bit. I think COVID cases are rising. I think there's a lot going on in the overall economy that is a little bit bearish in my overall opinion. So I am mainly focusing on looking for the break of this level tomorrow and to catch this overall move down to 34,760 like general area. Again, you look at all this on the 4-hour chart, stuck in this nasty range. We kind of had that slippage today, break out with that little bit lower volume right towards the end of the day. Today's daily candle closed lower than we have in 10 days. And so kind of using that overall confluence, yes, we did create all-time highs this morning, but we've completely wiped out that whole bullish move to the downside. Again, all these levels are off the 4-hour chart, and we're looking at previous confluences and how price has previously reacted to the break of these zones, looking at our previous market structure overall. So what do we see when price has a clear break of this structure right here? We have a high probability of this overall zone being tapped into, right? Same thing down here. If price does break below this, we have a high probability of price breaking back down into here. Again, when you back test this and look at previous market structure, you got to look at some of the times that some of these moves have taken place. You look at this right here. This is that 9 o'clock area. So previously, we weren't in full volume for that overall move, right? And you're just going across the board and looking how price previously reacted to the break of some of these zones, and then adding that overall confluence into the lower time frames when the session actually comes in place. So again, if we see this price pull up, kind of form some sort of supportive resistance here, and we see that bearish move kind of start to take over, overall targeting this next move down for about 150, 175 pips to the downside. Same thing if we see this bullish momentum kind of take over, looking for this overall support to kind of hold, and then kind of catch that continuation back up to overall next resistance to the top side. I think that's a good move to the top side, but overall looking for that bearish move to the downside. Look at it on the 15-minute chart. I know I made those errors a little bit sloppy, but again, we've all had these levels marked up for almost 2 weeks now. So keeping that in mind, gaining a little bit of confidence on them. I don't personally see a reason to draw up any real new levels. Again, consolidated for over a week. So what we're now looking for is the lower time frames to kind of come in sync with the overall flow of the market. So if we see London session pull up, which I hope we do, seeing if it resists this overall level right here at 35,060 area to overall come back down and hopefully break this structure going into tomorrow's NYSE session to target that move to the downside. If you look at the 1-hour chart, right, we do have a lower time frame fib kind of come right in play, and that's that move I'm looking to catch, right? If we see this price pull up to here, we're looking to see price resist this overall zone right here on the 618 to catch that move after we break down this structure to kind of continue back down. If you look at price on the overall higher time frame chart, what you are seeing here is Price has been respecting that 764 almost all across the board. but we have had some slippage to the top side, but overall adding a little bit of confluence to the downside, right? Looking at this 4-hour chart, you're seeing a lot of these bullish moves kind of getting eaten right up in 1 or 2 candles to the downside. So in my opinion, I think we're losing a lot of that bullish momentum to the top side. So kind of just diving in and soaking all that info in. I think the move tomorrow should be a move to the downside. It's just a matter of where we can get an execution and where we can get the lower time frames to coincide with the overall idea to continue down to here. Ideally, looking for price to, again, pull up, create some sort of support right around here, catch that overall move to the downside to that next zone. Again, all these zones, you can pause the screen. All these are mapped out on the 4-hour chart. Yes, we've had some slippage here. We've had some slippage here. We've had a little bit all across the board. But structure-wise and candle closing-wise, these zones are pretty good. I think we've gained a little bit of confidence within them while we've been trading in with this overall zone. So using that, using a little bit of previous market structure and going with the overall flow of tomorrow's market backs everything up, right? If we do see the bullish move, we can see it all across the board. Breaking back above this structure here, we have a high probability of tapping into here, which is why I'm anticipating London session to have that nice pull up to this general area and then hopefully create some sort of resistance here. Price pull back down, catch that move to break us out finally of this overall zone during our main volume hours. So that's kind of my overall idea heading in tomorrow. I'll clean these arrows up and send over a little chart coinciding with this video right here. But again, pretty simple, pretty basic stuff, right? Looking for that break of that key structure in the market to go down, and then we're seeing if that key market structure right there will hold support and maybe continue back up to that overall next resistance. So see you guys in the morning, and